Stakeholders have called for the development of artificial intelligence AI governance framework for the deployment of its responsible use. Mr. Emmanuel Omoke, President of Information System Audit and Control Association, Abuja chapter, said AI had become a present-day reality that must be utilized responsibly for the good of everyone.
AI has come to stay. You cannot run away from it. You cannot cheer away from it. It is here with us. So the question is, how can we turn it into opportunity? How can we, you're not going to just turn it because of the bad aspect. Yeah. So you have to also look at how do you make sure that bad aspect that's what risk is all about. How do you turn those risks into opportunities? Not just for individuals, but for the country and also global. If you listen to one of the conversations, you'll be scared at what AI can do, even to the extent of modifying genetics. So we need to also ensure there is a responsible use of AI. That's what really brought about this term of this year conference. And we are very confident that at the end of this conference, we'll come up with strategies, not just for the nation, but more like a global narrative on how we can, ensure responsible use of AI.
Mr. Tayo Kole-Osho, Chief of Staff to the Executive Chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, said they were engaging in an electronic pricing program to improve tax compliance and reduce the burden of audits on businesses.
I was talking inside about the need to leverage artificial intelligence, AI, in improving tax administration in Nigeria. And pretty much talking about the opportunities that it presents and the challenges. And in terms of opportunities, we already started seeing it with a very strong and positive adoption of the electronic e-invoicing program that we've launched, which is basically to harness and aggregate all data around transactions in the country. And that will help to improve on compliances of businesses and to reduce the destructive nature that audits may bring. So the opportunity for companies to be more tax compliant and making it easy for them to report on their taxes and file. And those are very simple but yet powerful achievement that we're looking at and able to use artificial intelligence and data analysis to do.
Executive Director of Hamtech Career Academy noted that only 17 out of 54 African countries had adopted national AI strategies, but none had developed governance frameworks to regulate the ethical use of AI.
Okay, so it's simple. One of the challenges that we have, or the concerns about AI, is the ethical concerns. And one of the ethical concerns is the fact that there is digital propaganda that is going to come out as a result of AI. There is a concern of deepfakes and all of that. One major way we can solve that is to institute a framework, an AI governance framework that helps in mitigating that. Globally, discussions are already ongoing as our frameworks of such would be developed. We from Africa, in fact, Africans generally, we only 17 countries out of the 54 countries in Africa have an AI strategy. White countries globally are talking about AI framework. They've moved from having a strategy to having a framework, and the framework helps in determining what comes forth from AI. China has what is known as the administration of generative AI, which helps to administer what should be generated as long as AI is concerned. So we need to begin to look at how we can develop our own country's framework. The framework will determine what is accepted within the space, what is not accepted. We have the EU AI Act that tells us what needs to be put in place, what needs not to be put in place, the risks that comes from these AI things, and the risks that how we should mitigate these risks. So as a country, we should begin to talk about frameworks, not just strategy. We have a strategy. We are among the 17 countries that have a national AI strategy, but nobody's talking about AI framework, and that's where we need to go. It is the framework that helps you to determine how AI models will be vetted, how AI models will be built, and the kind of AI models and the kind of ethics that should be built into the AI models.
Chief Executive Officer of Cybernetic LLC, also called for stronger collaboration among cybersecurity professionals to safeguard critical infrastructure against global cyber threats.
In my presentation, I was talking about how technology has changed the world, the way that we book a flight, or the way that we rent a car, or the way even that you talk to your friend and you can now see them when you're conversing. And technology is so important to the businesses of Nigeria as well as the rest of the world, right? We're powered by technology. But that same strength can also become our greatest weakness. If we don't protect ourselves adequately, we lay ourselves open to nation-state activity as well as criminals. And we see that happening all around the world. And one of the examples I gave, it doesn't really matter which side of the divide you stand on, is to look at wars that are currently happening and understand how war is no longer about simply bombs and guns. What we're doing is we're using technology. It's far more effective to send in drones to go target a human being than it is to actually send in soldiers, right? So we're using technology in ways to be able to bring down someone's infrastructure, their telecommunications, their power. And as we experiment and we watch that experimentation occur in different countries where you see nation-state activity, we understand that nation-states are experimenting with doing things like bringing down power. And we saw, for instance, the US, the CISA, their Cybersecurity Institute agency coming out and saying, hey, we have nation-states on our infrastructure. So the question becomes, can we learn from all of the different security breaches that have occurred around the world, especially those security breaches where the company has shared the details with us?